Kenya becomes first African to win Global Teacher Prize. Updates on Cyclone Idai and the devastation on three African nations. Brexit and British Prime Minister vows to resign before next phase of negotiations. London stabbings, 6 knifed in day of violence as teen is slashed. Ethiopian Airlines says pilots got appropriate training. Texas inmate seeks right to allow Buddhist spiritual advisor in death chamber. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer appointed Manchester United manager. And England boss Gareth Southgate urges the FA to reconsider Wembley's sale. Hello then, welcome to Rich World Television News. I am Veronica Obadara. A Kenyan science teacher, Peter Tabichi, has won the 2019 Vaki Foundation Global Teacher Prize as recognition for turning lives around in a school with only one computer, poor internet, and a student ratio of 58-1. Winning a $1 million prize, Tabichi will also serve as a global ambassador for the Vaki Foundation, attending public events and speaking in public forums about improving the prestige of the teaching profession. In Africa, devastated areas of Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Malawi brace for the spread of waterborne diseases such as cholera and malaria. Tropical cyclone Idai has ripped through Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Malawi, killing over 500 people and leaving a trail of destruction in its path. Over 900,000 children have been affected, and this number has risen. It's a race against time to help families fighting for survival. Tens of thousands of children have experienced unimaginable trauma and have been separated from their parents. There are people living without water, food, shelter, and healthcare, and they are at risk of an outbreak of potentially fatal diseases like cholera. We are sending our prayers to the victims of Cyclone Idai, and we hope that they get all the help they need sooner. In Britain, Theresa May will face a day of reckoning as she tables one last vote on her Brexit deal, despite warnings from her closest aides and ministers that she's destined for yet another defeat. Theresa May has played her final desperate card to tame the Brexit rebels in her warring party by promising to sacrifice her premiership if they back her twice rejected Brexit deal. The beleaguered Prime Minister, whose authority has been shattered by the double rejection of her deal and the humiliation of a delay to Brexit Day, made the offer to Tory backbenchers at a packed meeting in Parliament. Here in London, 6 people have been stabbed in a day of violence as fears grow over spiraling knife crime across the capital. A young man was stabbed in Kidbrooke. A teenager was slashed outside the police station in Tottenham. Another knifed in Barking, and an 18-year-old attacked with blade in Tooting. 2 men aged 20 and 26 were also knifed in Hounslow. Police were working to establish if the incidents were connected. 4 of the 6 stabbed in the city on Tuesday were teenagers. The attacks came on the same day the country's top police officer, Cressida Dick, warned that youth knife violence is at the worst level she has ever seen. Ethiopian Airlines CEO says the pilots who flew the plane that crashed on March 10 had trained on all appropriate simulators, rejecting reports that they had not been adequately prepared to handle the new aircraft. There is speculation that the software could have contributed to the crash, which killed 157 people. Ethiopian Airlines is widely seen as Africa's best managed airline. In America, a Texas inmate is asking the Supreme Court on Thursday night to step in at the last minute to block his planned execution, saying the state has refused to allow his Buddhist spiritual advisor to accompany him into the chamber. Patrick Henry Murphy, on death row for the murder of police officer Aubrey Hawkins in 2000, claims the state is violating his religious liberty because it has blocked the Reverend Hui Yong-shi from being present in the execution chamber. The prison employs only chaplains who are Christian or Muslim, but forbids advisors of other denominations who are not prison employees into the chamber. And now, sports. Manchester United have appointed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as permanent manager on a 3-year contract. The Norwegian, 46, arrived at Old Trafford on an interim basis in December to replace Jose Mourinho. Solskjaer spent 11 seasons as a United player, scoring the winning goal in the 1999 Champions League final. He says, and I quote, "This is the job that I always dreamed of doing, and I'm beyond excited to have the chance to lead the club long term." End of quote. And still in England, England manager Gareth Southgate believes the Football Association should reconsider selling Wembley to raise funds for grassroots football. The FA had been discussing the potential sale of the National Stadium to Shahid Khan before the proposed deal collapsed in October when the Fulham owner withdrew his £600 million offer for the ground. Southgate has called on the FA to reconsider selling the stadium, but insists the ground must remain as a venue for England. And that's all the news we have for you for now. Thank you for joining us. I am Veronica Obadar.